Kick us off, Captain.
How's it going? Super duper. You know what's sad? I don't know if I'm going to be able to water ski this year.
Because you
Shoulder.
Yeah. I was going to say, last night before we went on the boat ride, I was going to say, do you want to throw the skis in and go? But then I'm like, you were having a challenging day yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on the tube?
No, that's even worse. I think I could probably still do it. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I still want to.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Should we get you one of those funky little X things that people tape onto their shoulders and knees and stuff when they have injuries?
What's that?
Have you not seen those sports tape things that you put on?
Oh, yeah.
You might need one. But then people look at you and go, oh, she's an athlete. She's wearing a funky tape thing.
That's why I like surfing, because surfing doesn't put so much pressure on your joints and stuff.
100%.
We just don't have...
We did not purchase a surf boat.
Yeah, that's a pretty fancy boat out of our budget.
We could just get the ballast bags and just dump one side of that bad boy down.
Because that would be easier on all my joints. That's okay.
Hey, if what I'm hearing is we need to go boat shopping, that's what I'm hearing.
There's so many things. Like today, everybody went up to the mountains and they were exploring some haunted cabin. I'm like, I want to go up, but we have nothing to go up in. So I'm like, I would love a dirt bike.
Part of what because we started talking about that like 2-3 years ago.
Everybody's got a side-by-side. I want a dirt bike though.
Yeah, no, I want a dirt bike too.
Okay.
Side-by-sides are okay if you're bringing drinks and old people.
Yeah.
No offense, Kim, if you're listening to this, but I love you and your wife, but come on. You got a 4-seater with cup holders. This sounds so dumb. I didn't want to buy it 2 years ago because it was the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody was buying recreational stuff because they couldn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
RVs, boats, bikes, you name it. We are now fully out of it, for better or for worse. And stuff like that is starting to come up for sale, and people are dumping them. So I think our timing is right. A little later than I would have liked because Maya's basically ready to move out and has never been on a motorbike. But I still say we get some smoking deals and start going.
Yeah. Sea-Doo would be fun, but I would love if we could get a dirt bike.
I would say the priority. Listen, this is the welcome to the First World Problems podcast. I don't know what recreational toys we
couldn't
need.
afford a Sea-Doo anyways, but the dirt bike, it would be great because then we could go up and explore and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
All right. So thanks for coming, everybody. If you've got comments on the color of bikes we should get or the size, put in the comments. No. What's your topic?
Well, just, we're getting into summer and our kids are pretty good, but I do know one of the big what is that laugh?
We start so many of these topics with our kids are pretty good, but let's talk about this. And I'm like, we got to be really careful.
Actually, they are because they know how to fill their time, but it's all about boredom. And I think boredom can drive kiddos bonkers and it can drive parents bonkers and cause a lot of fights. And
part of that, not to jump too far ahead, is the reason why you're saying our kids are good. You were very militant about that word, like very early on. That if someone said bored, what did you say?
I don't even remember. You
literally, from the time they could talk, if one of them said I'm bored, you said we don't use that word. It's not a good word. And it was literally the only word we've ever restricted. We've let our kids drop F-bombs at Christmas dinner, but bored was the word that you said was a no-no because you didn't want them to be those kids that were always coming to us looking for ideas on what to do.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Oh, I remember it because I had a heart-to-heart with Willow about it at a very young age. Why does mommy not want us to be bored? I sometimes am just bored. I'm like, well, don't be, because mom's not going to help you not be bored. You've got bikes, you've got books, you've got stuff, you've got a brain, figure it out.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Maybe I should clarify that because it's okay to be bored. We're all going to have times of boredom, but it's an ish you. It's not an ish me.
That's correct.
Right. It's an ish kids to figure out. It's not an ish parents to figure out.
Yeah.
that's probably more the point.
100%.
Yeah, like I don't want to say you can never feel bored, and then if they feel bored, they're like, "What's wrong with me?" So, but okay, so what are you going to do? That's my response. Okay,
super, you're bored.
Bored. So what are you going to do about it? Right? And so that's the approach that we need to do. And I think kids do need to be bored. They need to, and we've talked about this, the default part of the brain, the default mode for our brain is the mind wandering, nothing, doing nothing. I don't know what to do, but that's where ideas and creativity and all of those things come out. And so the problem is screens, which we've already talked about because lots. And so I think that's the biggest trap that parents get into because, we'll just let them have their screen so that they're not feeling bored, or we fill their schedule. Like, I can't tell you how many kids that I know, they know every week, every day, exactly what they're going to do right up until the day school starts because they have, well, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and I've got camp. Right. And it's just, so they never have that downtime either. So boredom is a good thing, but it's, like I said, it's a kid's issue where they need to figure out what to do. How are we going to fill that time that's not screen based?
And that's not to say that parents can't take a proactive approach to offering different experiences or like camps, like booking a camp for them. Kid's not going to do that. Yeah. So parent can, but I think your point is it doesn't need to be all camps all the time. And that's with the caveat of there are lots of parents out there that have to rely on those camps during the summer to maintain their work-life balance.
Absolutely.
And totally makes sense. But at the same time, that's super expensive. That's a huge investment for some of these parents, but they simply don't have other options. That's different. We're not talking about, maintaining your structure of life.
But then it's still figuring out so where can that downtime come in, right? Yeah. Evenings, weekends, right? Those types of things. So I guess my question is, maybe I've kind of jumped the gun quite a bit here, but how would you manage, when your kid comes to you and says, I'm bored?
So I would manage it as I do now. And it's very similar to when one of the dogs is bothering me. I lean down and I go see what Mom's doing. And then they go away. And then I am back to my normal day. No, I'm kidding. That doesn't work with the dogs. Unless they think you have food. So part of it, and this, full disclosure, I struggle with this because we've talked about it recently in that we were very lucky to have a cabin we go to, and we spend a lot of time here in the summer, but it's a lot of work. And everything that the kids want to do requires something of me. It requires fuel for the boat, driving the boat, getting the boat in the water, getting the boat serviced. We have a treehouse that's still not done because it requires money and time, right? So I struggle with that because I want them to be able to go do these things, and I want them to make the decision that that's the thing that they need to do. But those that are reliant on me always come across as I feel like I'm having to work. So
what's really funny?
What's that?
Keep your thought. Do you know what you're going to say?
Yeah.
So I was talking to some of the kids from another cabin today, and they were talking about, because I was just saying, so how do you fill your time here? Right? Like, do you leave the cabin? And they're like, well, really, we just swim because Grandma and Grandpa don't take us in the boat. But then they were like, oh, but Uncle Andy can take us in the boat.
I'm aware of that. I am aware of that.
Yeah. And they're not even like our nieces and nephews, but they're just, close,
we're close
friends. Yeah.
And that's it, right? Like I want that, like, that's why we got the boat, right? That's the whole purpose of the boat. And it's tough because you don't want to make them feel guilty for asking. That's why we got it.
Totally.
And it feels crappy to be like, no, I can't because, right? Like we've been having some issues with the boat on and off since we put it in the water. Nothing major, but it really limits our ability to go out and just spend a day in the boat, right?
We haven't yet.
No, we spent a couple hours here and there, right? Did a couple passes.
I did
a putt, right?
That's the only time I've been,
So it's a weird balance for me because the cabin and cabin life that we live is a lot of work.
It is.
And a lot of that work is boring, stupid. I got to go here. I got to get this. This is broken. I got to fix this. There's an endless list of things to do. So I struggle with knowing when to stop that and just go to relax mode. Because every time I try and do that, there's some other thing that needs to happen for that relax mode to kick in. Yeah. So our kids by default.
Well, even today, the day's gone.
Day's gone.
Supper. I got to go right after this, go make supper.
Yeah. And we've done nothing. We've installed some trees and run around and more stuff to do tonight. Right. Mm-hmm. So, with that though, we have built up. So to answer your question of how do I deal with that, it's there's two parts. It's for me, it's trying to remember the reason we're out here. And then when the kids do come and engage and say, not that they're bored, but they want to do something, because again, we put the onus on them to say what they want to do rather than I'm bored. What can we do? And then wait for someone to feed them ideas. I try and be, as much as I can, able to flip out of that headspace of the work I need to get done to maintain this place and switch over to, I can spend an hour or so doing this, right? And right now, there's not a huge demand on our time. It's that those conversations are going to get more and more as the summer drags and their friends aren't around as much. They just have us, right? They're bored of the dogs. They're bored of all these other things. So I guess in a weird way, I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that they have friends available to them to try and get as much of the must-dos off the list so that when their friends aren't available and they are looking to us to spend some time with them, it's easier for me to say, yeah, no problem. Let's go play a game, or let's play cards, or let's go down to the boat, or whatever it ends up being. So I guess my answer is to try and be able to be engaged with them when the opportunity arises. So when they express that they want to do something, excuse me, obviously not, I'm bored, fill my time for me. Try and do it with them. And then on the flip side, one of the things that you and I have talked about is plan ahead, right? Plan ahead on things that we want to do and then execute on it. Because one of the other things that we've talked about is not waiting around. Yeah. Right. One of the big things that we get challenged with is we ourselves fall into a habit of, well, we do want to see these other friends of ours that are out here, or the kids want to see them. So we try and respect what they're doing, but we want to get together, but there's other things we could do. So we don't come up with a great plan. So for me, I think the answer is establish a plan, communicate that plan, and then go do it. Yeah. If those people are available and they can spend time, awesome. If not, it's just a simple, hey, we're going to do these things. We'll see you later. And that way, the reason why, like we were already talking about in a few days, going and doing this market that comes up and then going to another historical kind of, old-timey park thing. Not because they're burning things that we want to get out done, but it's something for us to know that we've planned to do. We'll just go do it. If people are around, awesome. If they're not, no big deal, right? We can go do our thing. So I think that would be it, is be present when the kids ask for that participation. Try and take advantage of the times that they are engaged doing other things to clear the crappy stuff out of the way. So when they do come back, I'm less engaged, less encumbered, I should say. And then, plan ahead. Have a plan for the family.
And I do think that little spark, even just if it was a quick Uno game or just taking 5 minutes, those little things mean so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they do come to you saying they're bored, that's great opportunities to regulate their emotions, to problem solve, to learn how to, fill their time appropriately. That's not screens. I think even a lot of adults struggle with that. But yeah, I think the not waiting around is a big one. And maybe it's a whole other topic, because even just today, we thought we were going to go play kickball at 10 with other families and waited, texted at 12:30, didn't get a response until 2:30, 4.5 hours later. And the kids waited around, but they filled their time. Yes. Maya was writing and reading. Willow was painting rocks. So in the meantime,
and her legs have as much paint as the rocks do.
Yeah. I don't know how she did that, but so, in that time, they were able to fill it. So I think just to finish this off, though, you were saying earlier, sometimes we have to help them a little bit if they've never done it, if this is going to be a quick switch. I mean, if you've got younger kids who are toddlers, you're going to like have a bin of activities that they can go to, that they can access. I would make them be the boss of a 15 to 30-minute time period. This is your time to figure out, so you're just helping them build that skills, but have materials readily accessible. That's one thing I've always done. We have a whole shelf there's games, or a whole bookcase of games, of art supplies. Like one is rainbow loom, one is knitting or sewing, one is painting. We have tons of art, like other crafting kinds of things, so that they can just go and do those things.
And you know why that started, right? You remember how that started?
Oh.
That was you would need to shower, get something done, and you would set them up with stuff in a room by themselves and leave them for 20 to 30 minutes to do that activity. So it never came across as you teaching them something. They just get used to being on their own to fill time.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't get screens. Yeah. I was very purposeful. So it's, easy for me to say, do all of these things, because I did just do it from a young age. So if you're a new parent, start young, make them do that. Like they can fill their time for that time,
And if they decide to lay on the floor and not do something and stare at the ceiling, well, they filled their time. They filled it poorly.
Maybe not. Like
maybe they love that
singing, because they've got videos of the girl. They're just looking. I don't even know what they're doing. Or like Maya, cheese. She's kicking her feet, saying cheese.
She's gonna love that you brought that video up. Gentle listener, that is the one video she is absolutely mortified by, but we love it and play it regularly.
Well, because she's also topless in it.
Yeah, she was like 4 or 5 running around.
Yeah. She was. But anyways, that's the thing, right? They might just be spinning in circles. That's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it looks like, even if it doesn't look productive to us.
But it's the setting that in motion for them to allow them to fill their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Another idea you could do is having a board jar, and together with them, write on a little piece of paper different ideas of what they can do. So when they say, I'm bored, okay, so what are you going to do? They can go to their board jar and pick out a piece of paper and do something. You just got to make sure anything that's on there doesn't require you. Materials are easily accessible, doesn't cost, like you don't have to go to the store or anything like that, right? That's going to be really important. So I guess just to round this episode off, what are some things, some activities, and I'll put some in the show notes as well, just other ideas, but some good activities to put in that board jar that they could do. I
have a clarifying question before I answer that.
Sure.
Does it need to be fun activities or can it be chores? and then it's like a Jeopardy type thing. Like you can go to the board jar, but you might be cutting the lawn.
No, I want it to be reinforcing for them.
All right. No, fair enough.
Bored, fantastic. What crazy adventure can I find today? Or what cool thing am I gonna,
Power tools in the yard? Cool. I'm just saying. Okay, so what are some ideas that I would put in the board jar to help with that? I mean, there's the basic stuff, right? There could be a small little scavenger hunt idea of you got to go find 1 or 2 of these things, or something simple, right?
There's so much on Pinterest. You could just take a day, or they could go research stuff like scavenger hunts or whatever, and just have it ready.
Yeah, and pick a topic that they can go research, and then they got to come back and tell you something cool about it, right? Maya used to do that all the time on her own. Like we never prompted her. So there's that. There's the basic stuff of draw a picture, but make it a specific one. Draw a funny picture of the dog, or draw a funny picture of daddy, or something that still they don't need you for it, other than looking at you and drawing. But it gives them an opportunity to express themselves, to make it fun, to be goofy. It can be something like games, if there's and I mean you can pre-select the games that don't necessarily involve someone else, right? So that it's like play a game of whatever, solitaire.
They could make a game.
Yeah, and we've done that in the past too,
just
right? Make your own board game. Yeah. And there was one that Maya kept for years, and it was playable. Like it was actually a pretty okay game, right? So she made stuff like that. Just anything. I'm just trying to think. The chores thing is still in my head. I got to shake that.
But it could maybe be like redecorate your room, or
something fun like that. Fun, yeah, you're right. It could be something that they want to do, like go rearrange your furniture in your room, or move your pictures around or put art up on the wall or any number of things like that. Besides that, it could be something like they go in there and it's like create a beach day for yourself in the backyard, right? If it's a hot day, go get the sprinklers. If it's a rainy, cold day, maybe not so much.
Build a fort, read a book,
fort,
have a picnic inside or put up a tent inside.
Yeah.
Go explore, find 3 new plants or 3 creepy crawlies
or create a game for later, right? Like a instead of letting them do the scavenger hunt, let them create a scavenger hunt when you're ready to play with them. And then it gives them time to plan it and make it fun. And then you get to participate at the end, right?
Make a comic, make a joke book,
write a movie. There's been tons of stuff, right? Maya's done that. Willow's done that. Willow's written so many comic books, right? Maya herself now, and this isn't a suggestion because it's something that she just fell in love with, has taken to making those dot arts, right? And she's all of a sudden appeared after 4 or 5 or 6 hours of us not seeing her. The most recent one she did was after we watched the Michael J. Fox documentary, and she did a picture of him from the character Marty McFly. Put it in the
show notes. It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
2 hours. She did in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's unreal, right? And so some of the things, and I guess the reason why I'm bringing that up is some of the things that she was exposed to early on, she now really took a shine to and likes to do those things to pass time. So some of these bored ideas, think about them in a way that is exposing them to something that might become their new thing, right? It might be, and it could be, go get the app on the phone and learn some piano or learn some guitar or learn an instrument, right? Because the kids do that all the time.
Duolingo. I mean, it is on a screen, but Willow's picking up and learning French.
Totally. So it's different things like that you can intersperse as fun things and get them to experience new things at the same time. Could be anything like go to the park and see if there's someone there to meet or make a new friend or something like that. Yeah, tons of stuff.
We just went to a birthday party and they did punch a hole is it Prices Right?
Yeah, it was a board of prizes.
And you punch the hole like through the paper and you pull out the prize. Yeah. So they did that with the red cups, solo cups, and just put tissue paper. And so the kids were poking, but that could be like have a board of that. That would be fun too. And you just, put tissue paper over the cup and inside is the piece of paper. And
on the flip side, they can make it.
They can make that. Yeah.
You don't need to make it for them, right? Like anything that you think of like, oh, I could do that. For the most part, they can do it instead. And you just need to give them the idea that and promise them that you will participate in the thing that they've built. A lot of times I think that for our girls, the thing wasn't so much the exciting part. It was the participation of everybody at the end of the thing. Yeah. So think of ideas like that.
Oh, they always had shows.
Boy, did they ever. It's funny because they're like, you guys never have people over. Yeah, because you guys did 45-minute freeform interpretive dance shows in the middle of our dinner guests being over.
Well, one was a whole like travel through European history. And I remember
it was boring.
No, it was actually kind of funny. Like I remember Maya dressing up as noble people and throwing oranges as Willow at Willow.
Willow did not like having oranges thrown at her. Most of the freeform art projects like that ended in a fight of someone didn't think that was how they're going to do it, but for the 17 and a half minutes leading up to it, it was always a good time.
Yeah, the masquerade ball, just prance around.
And the weird dances.
Yeah,
the weird dances were something else.
There's something else I was going to say too. I can't remember. The fort that took up our entire we have like a front room and a living room, and it took up both rooms, but it was incredible. So like huge boxes she just put together, but then little ones too. Like she had a lookout place with binoculars. Yeah.
She had like a little doorbell thing that she pulled.
Yeah, doorbell. She had lights, like LED lights inside, but you could lift like a lever. She pulled down and the rooftop came up, and like it was incredible.
It was incredibly in the way for several months.
And the front little porch and little like flower beds and stuff.
Which one of the parents crawled in there frequently?
I loved being in there. It was amazing. I could go in and it had full like blankets and pillows and you could read because it had all the cozy lights. I loved it. The dogs would go berserk, but they didn't want the dogs in there, but the dogs wanted to be in there with me. It was awesome. So kids, that's the thing. They'll use their imagination. Just give them some boxes, give them a magnifying glass. I think that needs to be part of your low.
And part of the warning though that we need to give with that as well is when you give them these things, you need to be cool with the fact that stuff is going to get messy and stuff is going to potentially get ruined, right? Like we've had a lot of paint on the floor and a lot of, and at the end of the day, would I love a picturesque house? Yeah, it'd be awesome if I came home and the house was pristine every time. But at the same time, that's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work to let them have a good time and just use that as an opportunity to say, hey man, next time try and just be careful without losing your mind. I don't care that they got paint on the floor.
Willow's taken her paint to the driveway now. Well, the messy paint.
She has, which in itself has had a conversation with her and I, which was it took me 45 minutes with a pressure washer to get it off.
But I do think like giving them the space that they can, and maybe it's drop cloths down so that, they don't have to, because they're not, when they're in flow, they're not really going to pay attention and it's going to get messy.
And we don't expect, it's unrealistic to expect every parent to be cool with messes all the time. We get that, right? But set it up so that there is a safe area or an opportunity for them to not have to always be thinking about, oh crap, I screwed up, right? Like,
I just knew we wouldn't have a nice house until they moved out.
Yeah.
So we do kind of have a barnyard of a house, but that's okay. Because I love that the girls can just
carpet is replaceable. Drywall is replaceable.
Totally.
Paint goes out of style. Like for all the things, and this goes out to all my friends that have beautiful cars and kids under the age of 10, that's your fault. You're dumb. If you have a $95,000 truck and you're losing your mind that your kid got it dirty, that's not the kid's fault.
Yeah.
That's your fault, right?
Yeah.
Do I want nice things? Absolutely. Can I wait another 10 years to get it? 100% I can.
And you'll save yourself money.
Yeah. And so just always, I guess the point of that is create opportunities for the kids to not be bored in a way that doesn't have strings attached.
Yeah.
Let them, if you're going to tell them, you got to figure out how to enjoy your time or how to fill your time. Don't make it so that they fill their time worrying, right? Mom and dad are going to be so mad.
Or being yelled at because now they've done this or that. And
And I mean, there's been times that I've literally walked around the corner of the house and there's a hole dug in the yard. And I'm like, dude, someone explain this to me. Well, we were trying to do a game where we thought if we dug down, we could. And it's like, okay, I don't like it, but I get it. Don't do that again and move on. It's not the end of the world. Dirt is free for the most part. So it's just stuff like that. Set it up so that they have safe spaces that they can fill their time and give them ideas that don't involve you and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
Yeah. Good job.
Do we high five it? Yeah, you're really low.
I'm very low. It's killing me. Good day, sir.
Good day.